What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Off the Dribble, featuring myself, Ash, and my co-host Chetan. Today, we've got sort of another segment type episode, another like little thing we can do in the summer while there's no like insane basketball going on. There's some summer league has been actually pretty decent this year because of all like the hot names in the NBA draft this past year. But I mean, I think we'll just do like a summer league recap at some point in the future. I don't think it's worth it to like
Yeah.
discuss like Wizards Jazz in depth. Like they're allowing 9 fouls. Bro, did you see Darren Peterson had 9 fouls in that game?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. He's whatever. But like we're gonna do our hot take type episode again. So we have like 10 prompts that we're gonna go through that each of us have devised players or teams, etc. for. And then yeah, it'll just be fun. We'll discuss all the things and you guys will get to see some hot takes from us.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with one player that we think everyone is too high on.
So I'll start with this. I think this is a little bit of an interesting answer for me. I don't really know if it's interesting. I think it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna go Peyton Watson.
Peyton
I
Watson.
think it's like he's good, but everyone is like overrating him off of like 1 month of basketball when his usage rate was like 50% when there was no Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Like he's not. Obviously, he was able to produce when he was given the opportunity, but there's not going to be a point in time in the league when he's going to be that like primary like ball handler, primary scorer on team. And also, it was 1 month. He was injured the rest of the season. Like he did that for like 15 games. Not even, I think it was maybe like 12 games. So and now like his projected like salary is like 25 to like 30 mil around there. I mean, it's like I guess that's what like 3-and-D players get. Like Jaden makes 20 like 8 mil, but like I feel like Jaden before he got his contract played like 70 games a season, did what he needed to do, and then got his contract. Payne Watson, like everyone's acting like he's gonna be like the next Kawhi or something like that, or like a Scotty Barnes type of player, or off of like 1 month of production. So I think that's somebody that everyone's too high on. I mean, again, like if he goes and does it for the Nuggets, then it will shut me up. But I don't really know how he's going to have the ability to do that when you have to give Jamal Murray and Jokic the ball at the same time.
That's a good take. You're right. Peyton Watson, he had improved a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2 years ago, I was calling him a scrub. Like he has improved a lot since then. But for the Clippers to allegedly want to give him 4 years, 113, and the Nuggets are thinking we have to match it, I think it says two things. One, like NBA players make a lot of money, and two, like Christian Brown is so bad, bro. Like the fact that they gave like the person who's supposed to be Peyton Watson 5 years, 125, and immediately later they're looking to give like his exact same player with a different player like 4 years, 116 or whatever is crazy.
It's literally he's basically Christian Braun, but has like a longer wingspan and is taller.
Yeah, so pretty much just honestly he's just better.
Yeah, because of his size, that makes him better. So
yeah,
but yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of potential answers for this. Like we both discussed, like Walker Kessler is probably the right answer. Like it's, but I'm gonna take it a different way. I'm gonna go Baylor Shireman, bro, and purely because if you're good enough for the Celtics, like a team with who we think is one of the best general managers in the league, or we thought one of the best general managers in the league, in Brad Stevens, for him to consider you so highly that he wouldn't trade for Giannis because he didn't want to give you up is crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I haven't watched every Celtics game. They're on national TV a lot, so I've watched a good amount of Celtics games. I don't see Baylor Sharman is like, what is he besides just like a corner 3-point shooter, like who can attack the basket and play some decent defense? Like,
it's the same thing with like Hugo Gonzalez for them too. Like they put so much stock into him as well. They refused to trade for Giannis and add him into the trade. I mean, I don't know what they see that the rest of the league doesn't see.
Yeah, like to me, like if Jaylen Brown's value is this, right, which is like Paul George, a first-round pick, another first-round pick, and like 2 seconds, like that's like what that's like less than a max player value. If that plus Baylor Sharman and Hugo Gonzalez, you think is too much to give up for Giannis, bro? Like this guy, like who's like a consensus like top 5, top 6 player in the league for you to like it doesn't even make sense to me. Like whenever I watch Baylor try and play, I think he's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's probably the eighth best player on the court.
Yeah.
Like he's all right. But
He
if
plays his role, but like I
we're
don't see.
preventing Giannis trades with this guy,
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So next we have one player that everyone is too low on.
For me, I think everybody knows that this player is good. I think it's just more so that he was injured a lot this season. He did used to get a little bit of hate for like his inconsistencies on the offensive end a little bit with like not being able to get his own shot, but I don't think that all really matters in my opinion. I think he's made an all NBA team, he's made all defensive team. My answer is Jalen Williams. I think when he's healthy next season, he'll show why he was really missed in the series against the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. I think if he plays, it's 100% a different series. It's a different type of versatility that you get. People just forget how good of a player he was 2 years ago when you guys won a championship. So just him being hurt kind of underrates him, which I think is a little. I think that's a little sad in the NBA. Like when a player's hurt, people kind of just forget that they're good and then they just kind of put them off to the side and they got to kind of prove it again. But I mean, I guess that's what you got to do. But I think next season when he's healthy and a full summer of like getting back to it, he'll show people why he was on the All NBA and All Defensive team.
Yeah. If people who don't think he's our second best player, it's I mean, I think this first year should have showed everyone how valuable he actually was. But my answer, you gave a Thunder, I'll give it Timberwolf. My answer would be LaMelo Ball. It's crazy how underrated he is at this point, bro. Like, yes, LaMelo Ball cannot drive, but he can drive on the basketball court. Everything on the basketball court, LaMelo Ball is on the offensive end at least. LaMelo Ball is like great at, bro. He's a top 1% playmaker in the NBA. He can make any pass. He's a pretty good shooter. His mid range game is like he'll never take a mid range shot in his life.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need to. It's either he can create. He's one of the best tough shot makers in the league because he'll take a lot of tough shots. He's a great finisher around the basket. Like this dude propelled Charlotte this year. He took less of an onus on himself to put the ball in the basket. He averaged less points in the past 2 years, but he was able to stay healthier. He's improved his conditioning. He's able to get Knipple, Brandon Miller, Zion James, like all these people, like good looks. Like who is Zion James without LaMelo? Who is Con Knipple without LaMelo Ball? We're gonna find out next year.
Yeah, we will.
So I think people are looking way too much into like the immaturity off the court, and like they're gonna see with Ant this year, bro. They're gonna see how he turns Rudy into a 20-point per game scorer just off lobs.
Yeah, I think this is like when we talked about it when the trade happened. This is the best point guard Rudy has played with in his career. Rudy is like, I mean, I'm not gonna say probably top 10 lob threats in the league at this point in his career. Maybe 2-3 years ago, you could put him at like top 5, but he's getting older as the years go on.
Should be 1, bro, but he can't catch.
Yeah, that's another thing. He also can't catch. But maybe LaMelo will put it in places where he'll be able to like actually doesn't have to put that much effort in. And then Ant, like catch and shoot threes. He shoots like 48% on catch and shoot threes, which is what LaMelo provides. So I agree. I think him not being able to drive and all that, like off the court stuff, I don't really think that really makes.
Yeah, the Butler now, bro. He
doesn't drive, bro.
He's a chauffeur now.
Yeah, I mean in Minnesota, he definitely doesn't want to. I wouldn't want to drive either in the snow or anything. But yeah, I think I agree. I think if he stays healthy, it'll be good. Chris Finch also said too. He's like, you just have to trust him to make the right play. Like that's the kind of player he is. So when he shows he's able to do that, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see, bro. I mean, I know the Hornets didn't want to necessarily get better today with that trade.
Yeah,
but I think people might be shocked about how much worse they get.
Yeah, I agree. Like Nas is a great player and everything, but like I think Aashrith like words it perfectly. He's a lot more important to us than he is to any other team in the league. And like the Charlotte's press conference after the trade became official and everything, the GM was making it seem like Nas was the more like the better asset in the trade. I love Nas, don't get me wrong. Like probably my top 3, top 5 favorite Timberwolves of all time, but for being honest, the talent level doesn't really compare between LaMelo and Nas.
Nah, it's not. It's crazy, bro. People have been disrespecting for a long time.
Yeah.
You know the before we go to the next question, the craziest thing I heard, I was listening to Shannon Sharp's podcast, bro, and he was like, well, they obviously traded LaMelo when his value was highest because of like injuries or whatever. But then the next sentence was, and they also want to pass first point guard like Kobe White. I'm like, what the fuck? Pass like I've never heard Kobe White and pass first in the same sentence in my life, bro. They're like, oh, while LaMelo is a good passer, now Kobe White will set the table for Concanipple and Brandon Miller. No, he will not, bro. The playing game, he got a lot of shine from that because he was pulling from 40
Mhm.
on a fast break and he was drilling threes, bro. He was not making plays. If Kobe White averages like more assists than LaMelo Ball this year, I'll be gobsmacked, bro.
That would be insane if he was able
Yeah,
to do that. I'm
no,
not gonna
no
lie.
chance, bro. No chance.
Especially with the team around LaMelo compared to him too. Like if he's able to do it,
Fair enough. Maybe the Hornets are right at that point.
yeah.
But we'll move on to our next topic, which is, I guess, an unlikely future MVP prediction. Who's a player that in the league right now that may not have that much MVP hype that could win an MVP?
Um, I don't know if he probably has MVP hype, but I think like before you think of him winning MVP, I think maybe you think of a couple other players winning their first MVP. I'll say Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
I think he has like all the tools to be able to do it. He proved it his rookie year, like defensively, the motor he has a really good jump shot. He's a big small forward. Like he could play the four if he needs to. The versatility on both ends of the court. Like I think he's just gonna keep improving. And as the team success gets there with the Mavs, and more that happens, I think the more we'll start hearing his name in those conversations.
yeah. Cooper Flag is a good, especially if he wins it super early. Then it would be like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with someone who maybe has a bit less hype just because he wasn't taken that high in the draft. I mean, he was taken pretty high in the draft, but like not as high as Cooper Flag. Scotty Barnes.
Okay.
Um, and I guess like when you try to think about like future MVP picks, you kind of think about players that are rising in their stature in the league every year. Like you would like Jokic had to make a couple All-Star teams, and then people kind of got like saw like, oh shit, like he's different, and then like he
Mm-hmm.
rose to stardom. Same with Giannis, like one most improved player was a All-Star starter the next year, then it's like boom, he wins MVP the following year after that. Like it's Shea was fifth place in the MVP when we made the play in. After that, people kind of got to know who he was, and then bam, he wins the MVP 2 years later. Scotty Barnes' status in the league's been rising, bro. Definitely, like people are understanding how insane of a defensive player he is.
Mm-hmm.
How he's like a point guard and a power forward's body. He's pretty much commanding their entire offense, and then guarding the best player on the other end. And all he's missing really is the team success. And the Raptors were pretty good in the back half of the year this year. I mean, we'll see. I guess this trade is pending investigation, but I'm gonna assume that they're gonna get Kawhi Leonard at some point.
Pending investigation is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, yeah, we should probably talk about that at some point because like, the fact that that trade is not official yet
I've
is,
never heard of a trade pending investigation.
dude. So if you're the Raptors, right, you know this situation is going on. Like, wouldn't you put like a clause in there at some like what penalties would the Raptors possibly incur for this? Like, I'm assuming it would be a potential Kawhi suspension, right? There, like,
How many
yeah,
games?
half the season, I think, if I had to guess.
Then what's the point of making the trade,
They
bro?
won't do it. They try to keep Ingram and then like get
Yeah,
and then
I think
reformulate the trade.
yeah. That's yeah.
I
It's
mean, like if he only misses 25 games, then it'd be like
25 games is fine, but
it's
then he
fine.
has to play at least like the remaining 50 games, at least 50 of the remaining games.
That's the thing, bro. Kawhi is so much better when you like split his absences out. If you get like a chunk of it in one time, then he's only gonna play 40 games next year because he's gonna keep like taking weeks off.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's concerning about my Scotty Barnes MVP like prediction for next year. But if Kawhi actually comes and like he won't the suspension won't take him into the following year. I think Kawhi has to be a more effective enough player to be a good second option on the team. And the Raptors, they have enough talent, bro, to make some noise in the East.
Yeah,
So if
agreed.
they do, he's their best player, so he get the award.
That's a good take.
So next we'll do a future bust prediction. This doesn't have to be draft related. It could just be maybe a player who's viewed highly right now or who's up and coming right now who you don't think will live up to that ceiling as well.
For me, I'm gonna go Nipple.
Okay.
Not like he's gonna be a bust, like he's gonna be bad or he's gonna be out the league. We obviously know he has ability to do what he needs to do. He has a crazy 3-point shot. Has shown flashes of being able to create a shot off the dribble, but like you said, like the absence of LaMelo now, not being able to set the table and not finding him on good looks, like I think the amount of open shots that the amount of open looks that he's getting now is going to go down. So that means like I think his points per game is going to go down. He's going to get different coverages. He's like probably their second best player, second option now. So there's going to be double teams, things like that. It's like his second year in the league, first time kind of having all that pressure. So I think it's not gonna be like a leap that you see happen like right away. So like bust per se, like I don't think he's gonna be the franchise player the Hornets want, but like being a second option or a third option, I think is very viable for him. But like trading LaMelo and kind of trusting like him as like a very cornerstone piece of your franchise that like you're not trading is, I don't know. I think it's a little crazy.
Yeah. Like if the expectation of him is he's gonna have Gordon Hayward's career, then like I definitely agree. I don't think he'll be able to hit those heights.
Gordon, I think we forget how good Gordon Hayward was on the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, definitely. Like one of the best players in the league, bro. So I don't know if Concanipple is ever gonna reach those heights.
I agree.
I think, dude, is Kawhi Leonard technically the right answer for this? Like what is he? I guess I'll avoid that because I don't know his status, and I'll go Darius Acuff. I know I said it had to be draft related, but I'm seeing a lot of hype for his NBA game, and I just don't see it, bro. Like to me, someone who's taken I think 29, 27, 22 shots in their first 3 games, that doesn't scream like player I'd want to play with. And a lot of the shots are like fucking insane, bro. I'm not gonna like the shot selection is just like ridiculous. Like taking like linear threes from the corner over and over and over again. Like I don't know. To me, I think he projects more as like a really, really like high octane bench scorer. But they took him with a 6th overall pick with the expectation that he's gonna be Damian Lillard. Like I think again, just like people underrate
is
Gordon Hayward.
Cam Thomas a bad comparison?
If he's Cam Thomas, it'd be genuinely like the worst. Like I was thinking more like Peyton Pritchard.
Okay,
but like Peyton Pritchard obviously a starter now, but like I don't think I wouldn't think that he'd be a good 6th overall pick. Like Darius Acuff is like if you're getting comped to Damian Lillard and you're up as Peyton Pritchard, I think it's a bit of a bust.
Agreed.
I think Darius Acuff will be a good NBA player, just not like a franchise changing like generate like the top like in my opinion the top 5 picks in this draft are all going to like change the way their franchises play basketball. And Darius Acuff is sort of Michael Brown as well. Probably I don't think will.
That's a good take.
So after that we have a future Hall of Famer that people aren't discussing.
For me, this is Tyrese Halliburton. I'm gonna keep this just a little short. He's tore his Achilles. Before that happened, like probably one of the crazier playoff runs we've seen. Started the year off terribly. Everyone was like, "Oh, this man is terrible. Can't shoot the ball. Doesn't know what he's doing." Then the second half of the season really turned it around. I think he, like after the injury, he like had shingles, so like had a lot going on this off season. But I think he's going to come back healthy. He has a decent team around him, majority of the same pieces he had when he went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think he'll be able to show people why he like made All NBA team a couple years ago, why he was on Team USA, even though he didn't play. Like that's fine. He was still one of the people that was there. And I think he's like a top 3 to 4 point guard when he's healthy in the league. So I think maybe top 5. I'll go top 5. Yeah,
a lot of point guards at that position.
Yeah. I'll go I think because 2 years ago we would say he was probably like 4. Yeah. Probably say he's like 4 or 5 2 years ago. So I'd go top 5.
Yeah, depends on how highly you store Steph, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. I rate Steph really highly, but like I don't think Steph had a better year than Tyrese did that year.
Tyrese is such a tough evaluation because clearly he makes his team better. The fucking Pacers sucked this year.
Yeah.
But the counting stats will never ever tell you the full story.
Yeah. Again, he is also one of the best passers in the league too when he's healthy.
Oh, by far.
I think overall, like the team success, when people start seeing the Pacers back in like playoff contention, it'll start showing why he's one of the top players in the league.
Yeah, it's a good take. I'm excited for Tyrese to play next year. They said he's ready for the start of the season, which is really good. I'm gonna go Bam Adebayo. He's been like, I guess he's a bad teammate, bro. Like, because apparently Jimmy Butler was salty when Bam got his extension, and then he decided, and then Tyler Hero just fucking subtweeting him for fucking 2 months.
How does Bam getting an extension make him a bad teammate though? Like he can't control him getting offered an extension.
I have no idea. I guess because if Jimmy liked Bam to begin with, there is no way he's pissed that Bam got an extension, right? I'm assuming that there's some like friction, but it looked like Jimmy loved Bam in all the fucking interviews. I don't know.
All three of them are boys.
I don't know what to believe, bro. But like Tyler Hero is such a bum, bro. I hate that guy.
Like Tyler Hero, bro.
I hate that guy, bro.
He's low-key good too.
He's all right, but like for you, like it's such a bad look to me for you to like.
The one reason I respect him is because every single year he's been in the league, that man has been get trade talk after trade talk after trade talk.
Yeah,
and he just continues to like for example, Julius Randle plays like shit after he hears his name in the trade rumors. Tyler Hero still continued to ball out every single time he was on the Heat.
That is true. I respect him for that. But to go in the DMs on your friends and talk shit about the best player in your team to a random guy in the DMs, bro. Random guy.
Is he wrong though? He said he is
the one saying that.
Tyler Hero is the main scorer on the team.
But he shouldn't be the one saying that. That's the issue. Because Tyler Hero got paid 50 M's to do the exact same thing Bam was doing on the bench. Like this dude hurt so much. Like
we also do hate on Bam sometimes too. We've been like Bam needs to take the offensive. I mean, he did drop 80 points last season, so I mean, I guess he kind of shut us up with that.
Yeah. He broke Kobe's record, bro. He definitely took the offensive leap. But I think alongside Giannis is going to be the best chance for Bam to take that offensive leap. Like Giannis has so much gravity that Bam is just gonna have better looks.
Yeah,
normal. And again, Tyler Hero retweeted that fucking mid-range shot graphic, which is like Bam is like the worst mid-range shooter in the league. I really hope that doesn't continue because then I'll be wrong. But I think Bam is gonna be an all-star this year, and I think people are gonna put some respect on his name, bro.
Yeah, that's a good take too. Especially with Giannis playing alongside him, I think the offensive responsibilities change and the looks he gets also change. So,
smack the shit out of Tyler Hero, bro. You see his face is swollen. That shit was crazy.
Bro. I mean, it makes sense. Bam's like 6'10".
Apparently, he just walked up to Tyler Hero and then like Tyler Hero said some shit. He just smacked him, like no hesitation. He just smacked him.
Walked away.
Nah, I think they tried to fight after that, but
yeah, I would start throwing hands too, bro.
Dude, Tyler Hero got bitched by Amen Thompson and then got bitched by Bam, bro. It's not a good look. He's got to win one of these.
Yeah. Tyler Hero cooked Amen Thompson that game though.
Yeah, but I don't remember that though. I remember getting body slammed on
the. Yeah, but see, the reason Amen Thompson body slammed him is because he lost. He was mad he lost. That's why.
Probably. Yeah, probably. But I only remember I'm pretty sure Tyler Hero had 40 that game too, and I only remember the Amen Thompson body slam and Tyler Hero like basically crying, getting held back.
And yet Amen Thompson still doesn't have a jump shot.
Okay, so the next one we'll do is one team that we think everyone is sleeping on.
Okay. I'll say the Magic. I think. Actually, no. I'll say the Pacers. I'll change it. I'll go with my
Pacers.
Yeah, following my pick before. Like I think there's a lot of talk about the Heat, obviously, the Sixers, the Knicks, the Celtics. I don't know why the Celtics are still so favored and so high in the East after. I don't really get it. Obviously, like the Hawks, the Raptors, all of these teams, but like again, I said it before, the Pacers were a good team in the East for like for a couple years in a row. Tyrese gets hurt. A lot of their team was kind of injured. God knows if they were actual injuries or not, or if they were just trying to tank and get a top pick. But that didn't really work out. So, but again, majority of that team comes back. Siakam, in my opinion, when he's healthy, when he has Tyrese next to him, is one of the better second options in the league. He proved that in that playoff run, going to the Eastern Conference, going to the finals against the Thunder. Andrew Nemhart, great secondary backup point guard. You have Aaron Neesmith, a great 3-and-D player. You have a new center in Zubac. That's going to be interesting to see how that works. But if there's somebody who's going to be able to get him good looks, it's going to be Tyrese. So I think the Pacers are going to come back. I think it's going to be hard for a top 6 seed because there's a lot more, like the East, in my opinion, now is getting more top heavy with like Jaylen Brown going to the Sixers, Giannis going to the Heat and everything. But I don't think it's out of question. I think if Tyrese has a good comeback year, then that's definitely possible.
Yeah, they could definitely. They made the finals last time he was healthy.
Yeah.
So they could, and they took us to 7, so they could easily. But I'm gonna go with the Jazz, and I think everyone has the Jazz as sort of like a fringe play-in team. But I would take it a step further. I think they're more of a fringe playoff team. Like I think they could be in that 6 to 8 range. And today I'm leaning more closer to 6 than 8, bro. Like I really love the way that team is structured. I know that Keontae George, Darren Peterson backcourt is like definitely a bit confusing, but I'm just so high on Darren Peterson. I'm really high on Larry Markkinen as an outside shooter. Whenever he's healthy, he's played well.
Yeah.
And Jaren Jackson is the sort of defender that they needed. Because the player the Lakers just gave a max contract to gets hurt like all the time. And it's not to say that who knows how healthy the Jazz like actually are. Like you said, like we just see these people get ruled out for bullshit injuries every year just to tank. Like this next season, this first season in a long time, the Jazz are actually going to be competitive. So
ever since that Rudy and Donovan Mitchell left in that offseason, the first time.
21?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when did Rudy come to you guys? 22?
It's been 4 years. Yeah.
Was Rudy there when you beat us in the play-in game?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So maybe that offseason he got moved. But anyways, I really like the Jazz. I like how they're built, and Darren Peterson I think has a really really good chance to win Rookie of the Year. And
Rudy was, because we lost to the Lakers,
bro.
We lost to the Lakers that year, and then we played you guys, right? We lost to the Lakers in the first play-in game, and then we played you guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Rudy was, because the year before that was the Pat Bev celebrating like he won the championship. That was the Rudy was there that year.
Yeah.
You know, Rudy Ants played longer with Rudy than he's played with Cat.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy. This guy's been in Minnesota, been in New York for 2 years.
Yeah.
Rudy's also a Hall of Famer that no one's talking about.
Yeah, that is also true.
He make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, agreed. He's definitely gonna make it though. 4-time defensive player of the year, like 7-time four-time All-Star, like 3-time all defensive team, something like that.
He has a low-key insane career for like someone who has like low-key no fans.
Shit, bro. If he gets a chip, that's solidified in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, Hall of Fame for sure. I mean, he's already 4 defensive player of these.
Yeah.
Next we can do one retired player. We can get these next two kind of short. They're kind of but like one retired player who would dominate today.
For me, I would say Tracy McGrady. I think with the spacing and everything, his athleticism, ability to go to the rim, I think his lanes would be a lot easier for him. And with the way they call fouls too nowadays, I think there'd be a lot more contact with it. So I think his points per game would go up. So I think it would translate pretty easily.
Yeah. I first thought Yao Ming because of the Wemby, the Wemby stopper thing. But at the same time, Wemby does struggle more with like 6'9", 10 like physical big bodies like Dylan Brooks, like Julius Randle even kind of give him a little trouble. So I think I'm gonna say Lamar Odom, bro.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think the sort of Swiss Army knife players have so much like value today in the NBA. Like I think like while everyone respected how well-rounded of a player Lamar Odom really was, like today's NBA, bro, with like the positionless basketball, him being like super super switchable as a defender, like would give him so much for value. Like I think J-Dub has benefited a lot from this exact same thing, like being like he's sort of a tweener, but he's so athletic that he can play like 3 positions.
Yeah,
that sort of versatility is so cool today. So I think Lamar Odom would be And he's a pretty good playmaker too. That sort of like point forward role was sort of like he sort of started that whole wave. So
Yeah, that's a good pick. Very interesting pick. I like that.
And then another quick one before we get on to another set of hot takes. One current star who struggled in a different era.
I'm gonna go Trae Young.
Yeah,
I think he was too small. There wasn't as much shooting back then. Obviously, like Trae Young's pretty good in this era. Like he produces pretty well in this era, but there's not much shooting back then. So he's like defensively, he's already a defensive liability. But back then, he would be even bigger of a defensive liability because you're trying to go to the paint over and over again. So I'm gonna go Trae.
Yeah, you know the first name I put down was Luka.
Oh, Luka's a good one too, in my opinion.
Because of the physicality.
Yeah, but physicality, yeah.
I feel like I'm being disrespectful to him though, because I feel he's also a physical player. I think I'm gonna go Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Because I think it's been well covered how inefficient he is as a player, but for a player who sort of doesn't have the ability to make like a ton of tough shots and who relies on getting to the free throw line a lot more than he'd like to admit, like with the I think with hand checking and like with like super physical and intense defense, Jaylen Brown tends to struggle. Like that's why that's why players like Jaden McDaniels has a good record in Jaylen Brown.
I don't know, but I think he might.
Anyway, I know Lou Dort and the Thompson twins do, who are the three of the most physical defenders in the league. So if we're getting more dosage of that, I think Jaylen Brown struggle a lot more than he does.
Yeah, it's a good take.
So we have two other problems. We'll just do one of us for the last two. So one of them is the one that Chetan will talk about, which is
what was the actual like?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
sure. Player's resume that is like overrated if they like have like a ring on it, or like how much is like getting an NBA ring like bolster somebody's resume. And my player is Jalen Brunson. I think in the past like couple months since the Knicks won the championship, there's been a lot of talk about he's better than Luka. Like this, like players like that. People are putting him in like top 10, maybe potentially like top 10 point guards of all time, like stuff like this. People might say that he's might have a better career than Russ already, stuff like that. Things like a lot of these kind of stuff. But Brunson's like been good for like the last 4 years?
When did he get traded?
4 years ago.
Yeah, so 3 years.
Yeah. Like those 3 years have been really good. He's changed the Knicks. But it's 3 years. Like Luka has been better than he has in the league for like 5 to 6 years already, and he hasn't won MVP yet. And I think if you're gonna compare those two, you got to compare it by like at least if either one has an MVP at that point. You can't call championship like that, because I think when you take like championships, you're bringing more of like team success into it. I know MVP at the same time, like whoever's team is like the higher seed, that's kind of what the best player on that team usually gets it. But like a championship, he's not winning it if he doesn't have like team surrounding him. But he's again, like if he does it again, that might cause some problems, that might cause some stories. Or if he gets an MVP before Luka does, I think
then we can talk, bro. Then we're like, oh shit, okay, maybe.
But like Brunson was Luka's backup like before he came to the Knicks. Luka still like drops stat wise is like better than him. I know like the Lakers weren't successful in the playoffs. Luka hasn't won a championship. He's made it to the finals still. Like that's something right there. I don't know if Luka will ever win a ring. That's a little worrisome for me. I'm not sure if that's going to happen with how specific you got to build a team around him. But saying he's a better player than saying Brunson's a better player than him, I think is a little iffy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of that is like recency bias too. Like I saw like a couple Brunson's the best player in the league.
That's
like,
crazy.
Like Brunson's better than Shea. Brunson's better than Jokic. Like it's like come on, bro. Like let's not put him in conversations where like he had a great.
He's better than the person that won MVP.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Like he's a really, really good player who I think had a really, really hot run.
Mhm.
Like, and again, he could prove me wrong, bro. The Knicks could win like fucking 66 games next year. He could win MVP, and then like we're gonna have to come here and say, oh shit,
Yeah,
maybe he might be up, maybe he might be higher in the best player in the league than we thought. But to compare him to people who like Shea, like Jokic, who consistently like win MVPs, who have consistently great regular seasons, and like I know Shea had a loose conference finals, but like a pretty good playoff performer. Jokic as well, but I don't know. I think I agree. Like Brunson is definitely like probably closer to he's probably like a 6, 7 best player in the league, which is pretty a
Mhm.
pretty cool accomplishment. But
Yeah.
to say he's better than Tatum, bro, I think that's crazy at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll cap it off with this one. So I wanted to give an NBA franchise who I think is gonna fall into irrelevancy sooner than people think. And I'm gonna go with the Denver Nuggets, bro. I think people still think this team has a chance to win a championship, and
Dude, they
that
lost. They got eliminated to a Wolves team that didn't have like their starting backcourt. I don't know how you're gonna move on with the same team and continue to try hope something works.
yeah, like if you just look at the state of the league right now, they haven't been able to figure out the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have changed their team. We'll see how they adapt, but I don't foresee that changing. They haven't been able to figure out the Thunder since Game 6 of last year's
Yeah,
round. They haven't beat us. The Spurs. They match up with pretty well because Wemby can't guard Jokic, but at the same time, the Spurs have had multiple 20-point leads against them. They've blown this. Once the Spurs figure out how to play in the clutch, it could
yeah.
be different. So the Nuggets are what the fourth most threatening team in the West,
Mm-hmm.
and this is pre Jokic free agency. And if you look at the moves the Nuggets have made this offseason so far, it's nothing.
They
Like,
literally haven't done anything.
yeah, like
They haven't even signed Peyton Watson yet.
yeah. If anything, like they look worse today than they were
Yeah.
at last season, and they lost in the first round last season. So again, people are saying that Jokic are going to sign anyways. Maybe they're right, but I have a feeling that he would have signed a contract if the Nuggets were in a position to win, and he's using this year as sort of a buffer to see what they're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And that really like would shut like I think Shea's best player in the league? Yes, but do I think like the Thunder would be okay without him? Yeah, the Thunder probably win 45 games without him.
Yeah.
Without Jokic, the Nuggets might genuinely like I don't like they're bad, bro.
Dude, Jamal Murray can't score without a screen
Yeah,
like being set. Imagine Jokic not on the court.
yeah. Yes, the Nuggets do win sometimes when Jokic misses games, but
Yeah.
like dude, if you're telling me you're gonna start Valanciunas, I mean, they just cut him. If you're telling me you're gonna start like who's their backup center? Zeke Naji?
The Nuggets fans hate him.
yeah, bro. So I mean, we'll
They're gonna
see.
play Spencer Jones, 6'8", Spencer Jones, 6'9", Spencer Jones at center.
We'll see, bro. Like next season, they'll probably be all right. They'll probably be a 4th or 5th seed. Like Jokic will probably average a triple double.
Who
He'll
cares
probably
about
like
that, though?
he'll probably backdoor an MVP.
Who cares
But
about that?
like,
Get out of the ground.
is any like contender in the West threatened by them in the first round or second round? Like no. Like I would out of the teams in the West, I'd probably prefer to play Denver more than most teams.
Yeah. Like low key with like didn't the Rockets make some moves too?
Yeah, they just like re-signed Fred VanVleet, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, never mind then. I was gonna say I'd rather play the Nuggets instead of the Rockets, but I still low key might want to play the Rockets.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they gotta trade KD probably.
Yeah.
Probably
But yeah, I agree with that. That's a really good take.
yeah.
You said like if they don't, I think if honestly like if they don't go to like the Western Conference Finals this year, I feel like Jokic should probably start thinking about different. Not like it's gonna be solidified he'll leave, but I think that's when he starts like maybe putting things into consideration.
I wonder what team he'd go to, bro.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. Who's the Lakers might trade all assets for him.
That's the thing. That's why I'm like, fuck, bro. You signed fucking Walker Kessler, and now like you imagine he.
I mean, imagine the Walker Kessler actually is decent though, and it's like 15 and like he gives you 15 and 10, and then like a couple blocks a game. But then Jokic next season is like, shit, bro, I'm gonna get traded. So Walker Kessler kind of played to his contract, and he's a tradable asset. And the Lakers are actually smart about it.
That would be crazy.
That'd be actually insane.
The fucking Nuggets get finessed for fucking
Jokic.
Right?
Yeah, but like I agree. Like if if Jokic does get traded, and like I think it'd be over for them because like apart from him, I think their best asset would be Jamal Murray, who in my opinion by that time happens, I think depending on how the next season goes, it'll be a little iffy. Aaron Gordon is probably their like third best player with his injury history and him getting older. I don't know how he's viewed around the league. So it's just like a bunch of like assets that are just going down in value. So if Jokic is gone, it's going to be a hard team to rebuild from.
Yeah, and they have Christian Brown too, bro, the worst asset in the league.
Yeah, the worst contract in the league. He's making $25 million a year right there.
Yeah,
so they're gonna have to figure out a way to move off that.
Crazy, man.
But that was our last hot take that we wanted to go through with you guys. Me and Aashrith are gonna come back on throughout the summer and throughout the next couple of weeks, do episodes like this as the NBA season starts getting closer and closer. Maybe some other trades and things happen as the summer goes on. But until then, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at OffTheDribble Pod, and we will see you guys next episode. Peace.
Peace.